everyone on this beautiful Thursday, the 1st of May 2025. Today also marks International Workers' Day, so we want to say to all the workers out there, we see you, we appreciate you. Today, it's also the first day of the new month. We know what that means. It means new possibilities, new beginnings, and it's also the very first episode of Health Unboksed. This is a space where we learn, where we uncover, and we unbox everything health related. We will be busting myths and misconceptions when it comes to health matters. My name is Nozepo Bogesa, and welcome to this health space. Yesterday, the 30th of April, it was the wrap of Autism Awareness Month. So we thought that on our very first episode, what better way than to shine light on this tender conversation? Because as much as a lot of people have heard of the word autism, but there are very few that still understand it, because there are many families that still whisper about when it comes to autism. While medical definitions are very important when it comes to autism spectrum, so are lived experiences. Every child on the spectrum is unique, but what often gets overlooked is the journey of the parent, the one who has to show up with patience, resilience, and unshakable strength. So most recently, we had a chat with a mother, someone who's very close to my heart, Mrs. Bulelwanjoli, and she's raising her beautiful daughter who is autistic. Do take a listen to our chat. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about your daughter and when you first realized that she was different, and the journey leading to the discovery or the diagnosis that she is autistic?
What happened was when I gave birth to her, the doctors said she's going to be a slow child, and all I have to do, I just need to be patient with her. And then they said I'll have to take her to regular visits to the clinic within the hospital. And so I did. I went for a number of times to the clinic, but they never mentioned the word autism to me. Mind you, I was still young then, and they never said anything about that. They just look at the child, and then I'd go home, give me the next date. Up until she was at the age to go to school. So I sent her to a normal school, and that's when the teachers called me and said, your child needs to go to a special school. Even then, at the school, they never explained to me why. They just said, just try and get your child to a special school. Then I tried and found a school for my child. And then at the school, the special school, they then told me, but here we deal with kids that have special needs. They have difficulties to read and write, like all sorts of things, you see. So it took me quite some time to know exactly that my child is autistic.
Okay, so tell me, what are some of the fears you were feeling at the time when you realized that your daughter is different?
Well, I was scared and confused because, remember, I was still a young mom and I do not know what autism is. I was worried if my child, how is she gonna cope, and is she ever gonna go to university? Is she gonna have friends? Like, how is she generally gonna cope? I was worried about that.
Okay, so now you were a young mother, and you've never been a mother before. By the way, you were a first-time mother as well. So how has it been like raising a child with autism, and some of the challenges and some things that you had to learn and other things that you had to unlearn as well?
It was very challenging, still is. Every day it's a challenge. But what I've learned is being patient. Patience is number one, and the acceptance.
Okay, tell me, have you ever experienced stigma or misunderstanding?
Yes, a lot of stigma from friends, family, and especially in my own community. And I believe there's a lot of education that needs to be learned. People have no idea, so I've experienced a lot of stigma.
Okay, what would you say to a mother who has just discovered that their child is autistic? What words of encouragement would you have for them?
First of all, research so that you understand what you're dealing with. And more than that, just try to acceptance, and love your child. Love your child more than anything, because I've been told so many times how blessed I am. And each and every time I see that my child is special, and nothing that beats support. Support your child, love your child, and just be there for them.
Well, Mole, thank you so much. Thank you so much for welcoming us into your home, for sharing your personal journey that you've had. Well, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. To our special guest, thank you so much for welcoming us into your home and taking us on your personal journey. Until next time, my name is Nozipo Obaksbogisa. Before I leave, I just want to remind you to like, to share, and to subscribe. And let's continue the conversation in the comment section. Tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their neighbors that Health Unboksed is here.